Hi, this is Theresa with One Inspiring Woman, and today we're talking about what is beautiful to you. Hi, my name is Theresa with One Inspiring Woman. I'm an intuitive psychic medium here in the Sugar Land area. That's just outside of Houston. I work with my angels and guides to assist my clients in many areas of their lives, to bring them special messages from loved ones who have passed, to dialogue with their angels for guidance into their own situation, or to assist them with their own psychic abilities. If you like my content, please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. So many years ago, when I first started off in my business, I had a friend who invited me to come and do psychic readings for her daughter's Halloween party. And it was really fun and we had a great time. But one of the things that really struck me as really interesting is a lot of the kids were asking, is my husband going to be handsome? Is my wife going to be gorgeous? Is she going to be this way? And it really kind of made me laugh and giggle a little bit, but I also kind of thought it was kind of weird because everybody was asking that question. Everybody in the group asked me at one point or another, is my wife going to be beautiful or my husband going to be handsome? All that kind of stuff. And I was like, wow, what an interesting thing. Beauty is beauty to you. It doesn't matter what is beautiful to anybody else. I often tell my clients, I love my husband and I think he's adorable, but you may not think he's adorable, and that's okay because he's not your husband, he's my husband. And that's kind of a funny way to think about it, but it's true. When you fall in love with someone, you kind of don't just fall in love with the outside, oh, he has beautiful eyes or he has beautiful lips or his physique is great. You fall in love with the inside. You fall in love with their humor, their laughter, their spontaneous side, their intellect, kind of like how they see the world, what they think or what they don't think, kind of those sort of things. Those are kind of the fun things that you find out as you get more and more into a relationship. And that means beauty to me. I think it's interesting how people think differently than I do. I love when my husband explains his thought pattern because I'm going, wow, that's weird. I've never thought that, but I think it's also really cool. I'm like, that's kind of weird, but cool at the same time. So that's always a fun way to do it. And when you meet people, you can be drawn to their humor, their sense of humor, their laughter, the jokes that they tell. You can be drawn to the way they carry themselves or their self acceptance of each of themselves, or maybe they're really confident, and that can draw a lot of people into their energy as well. So if someone's really confident, it's going to draw people into their energy, and you can tell that by different stars that you see and everything else. They'll just be walking down the street and they will just look so confident, like, oh my gosh, they look amazing. But what we're really saying is they look confident. They look like they're really strong, and that can draw people to them without even realizing who they are. It's one of those, that energy is going to draw them to the public eye. It's going to draw, everybody's going to be like, wow, that person's really confident. I wonder who they are. And so you kind of get drawn to that energy. So it's really important to understand that it's the qualities of a person that kind of draws you to them. Now, sometimes you can also be drawn to some qualities that aren't so good. If you grew up in a very verbally abusive or emotionally abusive household, you may seek that out to kind of bring that to a healed state. It may not seem like, wow, that sounds really cool to do. Let's do that. It's one of those you're drawn to it because that is familiar to you. Now, once you clear or cleanse that out of your system, you will find someone else, or you may find someone else, or you could heal both of you at the same time. And that could be really interesting and kind of bringing that forward. But my question to you is, what do you think is beautiful? What do you think is handsome? What is it that you're first drawn to when you see somebody? Is it their eyes, their face structure, their lips? I've heard it all. Their physique, their legs, their butt, the way they carry themselves, their ideas, their thoughts. What is it on the physical side are you drawn to? What is it that you're drawn to? That's kind of what you are choosing to look at first, and then everything else comes into clarity. But I guarantee you, no matter who you end up with, you're going to think that they're adorable. So let's do a couple of angel cards and get us a little bit more insight into what do you think, what is beautiful to you. So this one's coming forward. This one is romance. Of course, romance is really important, and I think a lot of times people don't really understand what is really romance, because a lot of times what women think is romance is something that they've picked up off the TV. They've watched so many movies that they think romance is this. It's not necessarily true, because everybody has a different definition. Just like beauty, everybody has a different definition of what romance is. What is it to you? What would be romantic to you? Not necessarily thinking what is going to get that person into bed. That's not romance. What it is what is going to show how much I love this person. What can I do to show this person how much I love them? Maybe that's bringing them chocolate candies, or maybe it's sipping champagne. Whatever that is, that's the romance part. That's the part that kind of like, what does that mean to you? What does it mean to my partner? That's really important. Emerging. We're always changing and emerging, no matter what. Anytime you start a relationship, even if it's a relationship that only lasts a year or two, it's one of those, you're not ever going to be the same person you were the day they met you. And they kind of change that too. It's one of those, when you're in a relationship, you grow differently than when you're by yourself. You're going to go through different issues, and you're going to learn different things, like, I need to ask my girlfriend where she wants to go eat dinner at. Or my husband loves to do things with his family, so I need to check with him first before I make plans. That's part of what you learn, and that's what you learn in a relationship, and that's going to change how you think about everything from the rest of your life. It changes everything. Let's pull one more card. This one in the back is the one that's popping forward. This is all about new love. When you have a new love, you have a great opportunity to really redefine you in a relationship. What do you desire out of this relationship? What do you require out of this relationship? What is it that's going to give you what you really desire? What is it going to give you? Like, I love when he touches my hand. I love when she does this for me, or puts her hand on my back. I just think it's kind of giddy. Whatever that is, that energy, it keeps moving forward, and that's what you really need to concentrate on, and that's kind of the beauty of the relationship. I thank you so much for joining me today, and I know that we'll be talking again soon.